back with about another 2 hours or so, maybe like 2 hours, 10 minutes of very hard mode. I'm definitely kind of curious. My challenge to people that watch the VOD or the video potentially later on YouTube would be to, when Drop Anything Raid is active in any month, how much value do you get in about 2 hours? Obviously, we're running a Halloween event, so we're inherently going to be getting a lot of value in terms of potential drop value compared to normal days, I would say. But even then, without the cookies, I still think the value is incredibly good. Cookies are just the here to kind of sweeten the deal. I don't need them to be here to convince me to run very hard mode. If they are, it's nice. Oh my gosh. See, there we go. We're on a fresh hour of runs. Look at this. Immediate value. That's how you want to start it off. Now this character is really good at Gazan, so I'm going to focus on lightning loops here. My Refoe damage is kind of booty. Like, Refoe is good. If we can focus on those kind of stacks, that'll be good. For enemies. Nice hell shot. Yeah, see, like, I'm just barely not able to two-shot that, even with the Refoe merge. Yeah, I need more levels. Not bad. Pick up some armors to sell as I go. So pretty much before every warp, I'm just gonna sell armors so that way I go more instead of positive. So expect more backs compared to the other runs if I play Force. Unless I'm playing my Super Force, which I don't think I need to do. But maybe on the last run we'll do a Hail Mary quick run. That will shave like 2 minutes off the run. That character is, I'm not gonna say 100% optimized, but they're like 95% there. I got like one thing I can do with my mag, and that's mostly it. I guess I could barrier swap more on certain fights. It's a pretty small range of things that could be improved. Hard to say no to 1460 MS. Sadly, I got the crappy unique item, not a Suka, but the Gable with 30 attack or 30 hit. Disappointing. That was on a Jaya, I'd probably still with it. But as is, no way. Nice photon draw. Off to a pretty solid start of value. Preemptively put some release here. Orphans. Absolutely melted right now. So I'll try to react to Dwarf Eclair, so if I do see it, just make sure... I mean, it's very unlikely team will kill it unless you're team hitting it. It is extremely resistant to fire. But in the event we see Dwarf on a clear, I will try to bail to get Chad a good item. Just wanted to remind the team that'll be the intent of this run. Believe it or not, we've already seen 3 today. Or, well, 3 between last stream and today more accurately. Or Dwarf. I'll go forward, but... There we go. A little... start stacking them. I think what'll be nice is that I have multiple options for red ID going wrong. I think in the future, depending on who hosts, I'll probably just bring in another red ID force to level. Right now I prefer this character to get a little sturdier. We're still gaining pretty good XP. I'm not gonna say no. What's this whole song? Not gonna build up to anything. Calcus is 6 extended. We're off to a disappointing start. I need something more than a 30-second loop. I don't feel like I'm asking for much there. Another song I would think would be in a Dynasty Warriors game. I'll go activate. Try not to close my eyes there, but it was like the sneeze was coming. My apologies. Insanely good grants damage here. Even without demons, this thing dies nearly instantly. I mean, the pew-pew laser damage and 3 grants is kind of wild. By 1 damage. Oh, chat, that is an absolute heartbreaker. That's control flow. What an absolute heartbreaker. Shaking my head at that one. That's almost criminal. Like, what are the odds that between all of our spells I'm off by just 1? So I need 3 more MST. That will never happen again. So basically just a single level up. So unfortunate when that happened. Unlock these things. Armor fail. Just need to put some more. Auto fail. Walk in the middle of the room so I can get a good Krakowi stack. I'm gonna believe I'm gonna take care of this part of the wave. I'm basically reducing the time for my Krakowi to actually hit them. Makes it a bit more useful. Plus it means the Marissa's die faster here. I think ideally I'll end up with 2 limiters on this account instead of 1. I think at some point before end of event, we might do one last Hail Mary for limiters. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Ouch. Oh, that knocks me down 3 Gallon. Oh, that's a... Yeah. Low level FOmar with his defense is pitiful. I'm not even sure if that would have knocked over my Romar. I wonder if my character will end up being Mr. Freak Jr. or something when we get to make the character. But eventually we do need to make another Blue ID Fronuman on this account. I think this character will be fun to play at super high level when we get to potentially using Galatine to overcome the issues with swinging at things. Because honestly, in terms of solo play, I was kind of looking at it like... With Galatine in particular, basically everything is combo killable. And due to his high ATP, he should be able to still combo kill some enemies. I'm not sure all enemies in solo. But it definitely requires like a really good device too. Or at least some, or a Vulcan with percents. Which is kind of weird because we usually talk about how like percentage on Vulcan and Vice is not usually that impactful. But on FOmar, I think that does enable combo kills. Yeah, being sub 1000 ATP is kind of rough. Happy speaks, we're gonna have to... We'll just acknowledge that I only got one that time. I really don't want to move those into the turbine. Quick little reset here with fluid. Okay. Yeah, another Congeal Cloak is kind of nice. I love those on the phony rolls. I feel like she can actually use them pretty effectively in Bruin solo. I think that actually does make a difference for her. Whether or not you have to kill with, I think, 4 Bardas or 3 on Chaos Bringer. But I guess it depends on what you're using for your Ice. I'm gonna hand in the class. Team is, not only taking my work, but we'll find out if they only took my work. Well, that's getting cleaned up. Move those. Just for odds. There we go. Tekkium is now second. All's right with the world. Yeah, Yeah, I started cleaning up some of the back-end ATA for the quest for hunts. I think the ATA is now fully updated. It's kind of giving ranges where, like, Vulcan gives 12 accuracy, Galatine gives up to 77, Disco Graveman default with 13 gives 31, or 61, I mean. I think that kind of helps with planning some combo kill stuff. I don't know if I really want to extend it to heavy special in terms of recommendations, since it's more meant for the general baseline. And if you're going for heavy special, you shouldn't be insulting the chart. You should already be able to do it. It shouldn't matter. But at least for players that are looking to do, you know, forest for the first time, they could get a rough idea of where the combo kill breakoff is. Well, I'm up a photon drop a run so far. A great pace. Right, chat? There you go. Photon crystals as well. Love this. I'm like, listen, if all I got was a single photon drop, I'm happy. I don't need photon crystals. I mean, I could use them, but I'd rather the chat get them. I get so worried that I do that. I'm like, oh, I was like, please don't do it. Yeah, so I know I specifically equipped Mace of Adamin on a couple runs in Ruins. You'll see me wear that actually on Exerd. Chat is curious where I feel it matters. I think Ice is generally pretty solid in caves for solo gameplay or multiplayer. I think Lightning gets a little more precedent in single player just because the release having a weakness to it. I like Lightning in Terrell's Ego specifically. I think Fire is generally good if you could get the stats. But there's a lot of rooms in Terrell's where you don't get the stats. And plus if you're killing Killed Elves, not lightning damage for the most part. Be the most common enemy type. Oh no, the hell shots are coming. Benefit. But on other quests, you'll see me stack with Bowie. Like when we had the MAE Forest quest, for example, that was definitely a fire-only quest. See the full in there. Fact, I just noticed very hard enjoyers doubled in level over the last 2 sessions. Yeah, they have. Hope you're doing well, Fulcrum. Oh wait, there's hell shots here? I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna sack the Bowie, I guess. I know where my input is not needed there. Clean it up a little, walk towards crappy spook them. Oh, they got spooked anyway? We're so close to them. It's been another fireball. Like, I was so close I could have saved it animation, though. I don't think that was me. There's a lot of materials I gotta pick up. I had an enjoyable leveling PSO experience, oh no. Chat's getting single default to agree with him. Any big hits? Not since we restarted from the break. We have been getting steady PDs though. I think most people have gotten at least a PD so far in value. Big one will be seeing if we can get a select cloak in the next 2 hours, which not super likely. I was happy chat got multiples. Yeah, that's another item that could be kind of annoying to acquire. Where, like, even though, like, satellite lizards have a worse chance of giving heavenly arms, we also fight, like, basically double of them. So you're still more likely to see a heavenly arms than a select boat. Since the rate is 75% worse. Or 25% worse instead of 150 or 200. It'll favor very gradually the heavenly arms. On the plus side, though, are absolutely massacring everything. So at the 5-minute mark, we're on the final wave here. That's not too bad. You know, with like the God Supreme setup, we could do this in like 4.5. It's okay. We're leveling characters. Good to be able to potentially use them for Christmas fiasco and stuff later. Not everything needs to be dot for dot optimized. Always done, Mark. I appreciate it. Spreading out our Defoe slightly so it's more likely to kill. There we go. That worked quite nicely. Yeah, if I'm willing to gel it, I don't mind face tanking. Sadly, I didn't have that luxury as the Rama. Somebody need to go to the next area after this wave. Tekkium's already heading there. Tekkium. You have to move a bit. Yeah, it's... Just keep walking back and forth. You'll figure it. There you go. It's finicky. They should have just made it that whole hallway. I don't know why it's like only one spot in that hall. Hashtag buff massive attack 4C with box detection. Because, you know, chat, the quest needs more buffs. Clearly we're not winning enough. Oh, those are so dead. Sadly, no drops from the Rappies there. I think overall, in terms of value, it's just constant value. Like, you'll definitely have, like, big spikes of value, but it's just one of those things where it's like, even if I don't see literally any other rare item from the very hard mode, because of the fact that there's, like, a double chance of Photon Crystal on surface, I'm very likely that in the off chance I don't get a PD, I am very likely to get a Photon Crystal instead. You know what I mean? So it's just like, the roll needed to get it is so much better than Ultimate. Like, the fact that Ultimate has, like, the Buddha drop rate of Photon Crystals, and that's considered the by far worst drop rate in the episode, is kind of funny to me. You know, you get your, like, 1 in 720 Buddha chance versus the 1 in 320 Satellite Lizard chance. Or, excuse me, the Yaoi chance. Keep revving on very hard Blueful Saint Mill. You know, it's actually kind of funny, though. It's one of those few times where if you do, like, Lost Berserk Baton, you're kind of happy to see stuff like Chambertin, because it's still Dragon Scale, right? Like, that's still value. You're kind of like, okay. Which is kind of a weird flip from Ultimate, where you get mad every time you see Chambertin. But now you're kind of like, I really don't want to see Conjuryu. So if there's anything that could be buffed in very hard mode, fix Conjuryu's drops. Why are they so terrible? Give buffs to, like, Viridian. Like, it doesn't even have to be blue ID. Like, just put it on, like, IDs that just don't get anything else. Make them a boss ID, why not? You could fix it. You have the power, Ephinea staff. Yeah, otherwise you just get nonsense like the best thing it drops, I think, is a Brave Hammer. Kind of like, what is that? You're like, did you see the other drops? Why would this be the drop? Part of club, yeah, pretty much. I would have been fine with Ignition Cloak on a boss there, or Select Cloak on a boss there. Doesn't have to be like game changing. Level Eclonium to club. I really think it's kind of sad that we talked about this on before in Ultimate, but it's like a thought experiment. Like, genuinely, if you remove like half of the drops in areas like Spaceship and Temple, and just replace it with high chance of caliber, rifle, or pistol, how much more you would rather have that than the item shows how bad the rares are in Ultimate. And I don't just mean because it's an area that gets like high weapon pattern. Like the fact that it still wouldn't get high weapon pattern and you would still rather get it, this just shows how terrible the drops are. You're like, nah, I kind of would rather see literally anything else. Yeah, sadly Spaceship's pattern is kind of terrible. There we go, that's level up too. And the fact that that would honestly be better than the rare items there, I think shows like how much of a time waste some Ultimate runs are. Where this one, there's like 3 items total across every enemy in Episode 4 that isn't valued for Episode 4. Blue ID. Just like the ratio of good monsters to bad monsters is insane. It's so disappointing. Yeah, stuff like Angry Fist at least has like a very niche use. I don't think the bazooka ever has a use. Unless there's something I'm not remembering about FOmar specifically. But aside from that, it's like a lot of the, or I guess the Suka also is another one that doesn't really matter, but it's one of those ones where, who knows, maybe they'll make more Forge ingredients and break Blue ID more. I would say before the big change, I would have said Red ID was slightly stronger than Blue, but now that Select Cloak is worth a lot, it's like, yeah, they get the easier Select Cloak. Die is still pretty good. It's not quite Disco Brave Man good, but fun. Like, Red generally also gets a better Underground because they get multiple items with interest there. Yeah. So in the span of an hour, at the rate that we're killing, we're going to kill a little over 1,600, more like 1,750-ish enemies. That is a lot of chances for Cookie. Okay. Hit up some of the money that I used earlier. My regular bank has the TiggySRK code. Don't know the word for chat, but I hope the chat has gotten what they need. We gotta make sure we get those tickets. Those tickets are so crucial. We're at 165. A good feeling, chat. See that? We can even end the session potentially with the ticket handing. Isn't that unfair? Since nobody's really dying, since we're all pretty much 80 and above, yeah, it's just a lot of guaranteed value later. So at some point when we're done with the runs, we're basically going to spend 5 minutes to get a PD, which I think Chad would agree is usually worth, it's worth the 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes for a million Meseta potentially and a PD. Like, okay. I'll do that trade. What a great trade. You basically get a minimum of 3 PDs worth of value. Just due to the worth of Meseta. Who knows? Maybe you'll get some nice TP materials or something out of it. Nice hell shots. Love to see them. Yes, hell is so good here. I'm happy Darius is easy. Or Tekkium is so fun. What a great item. Shot time. Goodbye, enemy. I was gonna say Tekkium, when we're on the triple burn, you can hover towards. Oh, nice. You can hover towards the exit if you want. You don't have to help with the triple burn. I would just look to make sure the Rappies drop something, but if you want to head ahead just because you have hell shot, yeah, we'll try to walk away so you can get the item check. I just figured, because Hellshot is so broken on the Buddhas. That saves us so much time if you Hellshot them. Yeah, look at that, they're just getting mowed down. Look what they do. We're down to 1 enemy, then he's already dead. Yeah, I was kind of experimenting with where I wanted to stand as a ranger, so what I ended up doing is I just walked past the Astarks here, and I basically demon mech gun them, or pew pew laser, depending on the setup. So that way I'm like closer to the Rappies. I'll just show you like visually where I was standing. I was like over here and just mech gunning them. So that way I could get like uninterrupted defense. Congrats on the photon drop and the cookie. A great combo. Yeah, because then that leaves you like a head start. And so if you want to just hell all these Rappies down, I'll try to congregate them a little. Rappies. Start stacking Foe. I'll guard them for items. There we go. Done. Same like Foe's still lingering. Should help. Hooks on them. Big grants. Goodbye. Oh, not dead, but I'm in trouble. Tough time. Right now. Poor Dorfon, I tried. I gotta go pick up that mine material before we get too far. We're at the 4.5 minute mark. Pretty much done. Good pace. Damn, the zombie range is flat. I feel like that spell got the short straw. For Tekkium. Just making sure no players steal items were on the floor. Annie again, sadly. I'm gonna stand slightly back. Once we cover basically sides with Fireball, it should be fine. Pretty good. He's just getting absolutely cooked. Here we go, Chan. I'm about to level up so I don't have that one damage issue again. Though I'm noticing I'm killing things in 3 attacks instead of 4, so already level ups have been a big improvement. There we go. Ooh, imagine being a force that only gets 3 MST on a level up. Ooh. Damn, what am I, a ROMAR? What is that MST? Right, chat? That was a good. FOmar, please. Where's your FOmar? Damn. Yeah, I don't think there should be at any point when you level as a force you get less than 5 MST. I don't feel like that should be a hot take. It's kind of their only stat. You should at least go with damage per level. Give me a break on that one, PSO. 3 MST. Stupid. That's some like ROMAR and HUMAR level of MST bonus. ROMARls and HUMARls should be getting 4 to 5. I should be getting like 5 to 7 depending on the level. Crazy. Art Attention Blaster. Nice, I think those yellow ID fan arms. Which is definitely commitment, because I don't think... Oh, maybe the first RBR as fan arms. I don't think of it as a fan arms quest, but I guess it is. Friendly. Or is it the build? I was gonna say that'd be built. I think we've seen a couple of those on Red ID. I almost tell the exact moment it got deep. Detonator is fast enough. go. I went for the early stun lock. That was worth it. None of them, and the VHalue was locked. Even able to charge up elementally. That's how stun locked that was. Well shot there. That's the 10-minute mark, but again, we're at the final area looking to clear. Pretty good time. Happy with that. Happy to finally take this character into like high level episode 1, but it's gonna be some time before that. In the meantime, I can enjoy blue ID farms. Similarly, I think red ID does decent value. I do like 4A for their value time. It's not too bad. Their important enemy is Bermudas. I think there's actually more Bermudas in A. Let's see. Less Dorfons, but I'm not banking on the part of item. That's more of a if it happens, it happens. I'm more likely to get it on blue ID. A couple armors. I'll hand it a ticket. Money positive, but you want to see as a force. Next time, I'm not going to sell them right now. Good enough. And 176, not a bad pick. It looks like I'll be at about 210 tickets. How fast we're clearing. Might be the character's first potential removal of Samurai Armor and Girasol. Which, to be fair, Girasol, not a super high ATP requirement. Could be fun on the FOmar. But obviously I gotta rework this stuff a little. I was gonna say, Chips, were you expecting to hit 95 so quickly with this character? Wes is insane. Let's keep ascending in power level. Slowly need less and less text to kill enemies. Once you start hitting 1400 underground is probably the last big plateau, but I think 1320 MST is another big milestone. Once you do that, that means you start getting stuff like Astark dies in 3 solo Ravardas, and 1 Rifoi followed by Gazans is enough to kill all the Bukas. So being able to get into that point to reduce like 1 tech per wave saves a ton of time. At this point it's just a leveling game. Happy Fireball out for them. You can also see in terms of just raw value, it's really hard to compete with the number of enemies you kill at the beginning. Devil's Ray Gun. Might be able to uptech that into a Demon's Ray Gun. Yeah, it's got 40 hit. Yeah, I would definitely keep that. You can uptech it. And if you don't want it, I will definitely take it. We call that fodder for this character. But yes, I would recommend trying to uptech it. Oh shoot, I left the HP material behind. I'll go grab it in a second. Yeah, 50 Demon Ray Gun is kind of nice, but thank you. That'll be useful in this character. Since I'm more likely to have Dex than I am ATP on most of my forces. Even right now, he could technically do it. If we get really desperate for demons, or I have the ATP to use Slicer. Rappy. Oh man, Chad. Are we gonna get another Ignition Cloak? Is it gonna happen? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Yeah, we've gone up like 3, 4 Ignition Cloaks on stream in hours. Like, we've had more Ignition Cloaks than the chance of the 1 over number to acquire it. Maybe in 1 more hour we'll be 1 over 16. Get 4 every 16 hours. That's a fair rate, right? I'm gonna guard it with my life. I'm gonna start walking away. Oh, no addiction. Oh, somebody's too close. Oh, stop going close to it. There we go. Sadly, no Ignition Cloak. Unfortunate. So on average, we would need to see, each of us would have to see 4. And somebody in the party, in theory, is likely to keep it on the 4th one. It might not be you. It could be anybody. That's also a big reason why I don't like running Red ID primary, just because, like, when it is a Rappy, you don't really want to lead quests for Rappy. They're so common in the beginning of the run. It's still, like, a lot of unnecessary resets. I managed to get a decent hit item. Well, that to the list of things that we saw today. There we go, chat. Yet another reason not to do very hard TTF. Randomly getting 50 hit demons. Right? Just put it on the checklist. Just another one up there. I guess in theory they might get it from Ruins, maybe. I think Mines also has a worse pattern than just doing it here. Not to mention, since it's a deeper area, the chance of it spawning with hit is higher. It's a very hard mode that actually matters. So even like Forest very hard is less likely to roll a hit, the better pattern. Plus the quality of specials are also weaker in Forest and Caves, which is why I think they have a better weapon pattern than they do in Ultimate. They kind of compensate for weaker specials. A little fun fact of the day. Factoid. We'll still keep an eye out for Dwarf on Eclair. I feel like in the next hour we might see one. We've done a lot of runs. But even if we don't, good. I can at least say that we attempted to do it. Resetting on surface here actually isn't bad, since that's the run we do anyway. That's why I also like Blue ID more here, versus just running it through. Good. Baton, Gunyear, no hit. I'm gonna pull the Astarks closer, otherwise we're just wasting techs. Come to the Astarks. Is he really stuck? Really? That is obnoxious. Obnoxious and unfortunate is what that was. On my screen, he was like legit wedged on that rock and not going anywhere. Means I couldn't hit him with anything, with Barda, or anything else. Unless I got close enough for a Barda. Annoying. Fine. keep forgetting that sometimes it just doesn't go to the right menu. That was an example where I hit a button, but it did something different than it normally does. Oh, PSO, you're so jacked. A little close on that one. Oh well. Still got a nice though. Gotta go for the overhead chop, not the cross chop. I want to say FOmar will use Renault. Going back to the tangent I said earlier, I don't think she ever used the other bazooka. Renault bazooka is weirdly decent on FOmar. Like a good early game ultimate item, but it's not something I would take all the way to like balls. Love watching that critical lose health disappear. So many stacks of damage. I think at the rate we're going, I can probably clear 5 more runs before I need to pause and do gambles. That'll leave me at 55 tickets. If I don't die, like 220-ish. It's worth for a gamble. I'm sure chat has a lot of tickets for if nothing else that they want to wind down there or save them for later. But maybe we'll get this character's samurai armor out of the way. Might have to wait for another one, we'll see. Went to Remote to unlock it, I didn't know where he was. But and it's hard to go. Yeah, the song's okay, I just don't want to listen to it for another 7 minutes. Like that I'm not even glancing the ground detonator. So I just know that if I resond, I might end up chip killing the Gertigula. That damage is so good. I'm gonna know. Trying to stand up the chat. Nice photon crystal. I feel like I haven't seen anything drop recently. I mean, chat obviously gave me the double ray gun, which is very nice of them, but still surprised no peak. My expectation is like maybe every run and a quarter I would expect to see an item. All it really needs to be is if it's even a photon drop or run, like that's already crazy. We'll take photon drop substitutes. Decorative, goodbye. What the hell on the rappies here? I'm not gonna worry about the. I'll eat this though. Do cookie soon? I think so. We get one roughly an hour. Going on our end of hour. Granted, I don't remember if we started exactly at 2 o'clock, and a little after. See how it goes. As I said before, one run is dead. It's not really compensates in the next run. Unlike Ultimate, where you get like 20 dead runs in a row and not get anything. I'm looking at you, Valentine's event. Never forget the Valentine's event, chat. It's unlocked here. MST again? Oh. He's Photon Crystal, nice. Oh, you can get some minor value here and there. What I want to see. Have enough to warrant going back yet. Items. Extra money for handing in the quest, never a bad thing. How's the farm going, says Nemo? It's been kind of quiet on the recovery from break. Yesterday's was still the craziest. Where... Oh. We'll get Tekkium in a second. You know, we're just kind of going... I guess it's still technically average. I was hoping for a little more. I put a PD away, but I'm expecting another PD pretty soon. Yeah, it should be a cookie this run. If we don't get it this run, I'll be disappointed. Keep fishing for that Dorfon Eclair, but I don't know if it'll happen. Now that we're doing the second ID swaps, I don't know if it'll happen. The game is like, nah. This is up before. The normal average is like every 30 minutes, so it's like at the end of every 2 runs without any boots. That's roughly how quickly we're getting some of the keys. And weirdly, I haven't seen that many photon crystals because we have been. I guess because we're not doing surface resets, the rate is lower. There aren't like a ton underground, but it's okay. We'll make up for it with the gamble. I think from like a pure value perspective, it's probably better not to complete underground, but from a not relying on any serious RNG, underground's okay for some value. There's no draw. Still not as good as the Leprechaun stuff. That was some insane value. Oh, there we go. Now we're on track. I'm starting to course correct on the value. I only really need one other item to drop, and I'm basically on par. It's not a really tall ask given we're so early in the quest, but we'll see. They're just getting shredded. Damage is slowly improving. turn my Remote cast but not hit anything. Well, that reminds me, Tekkium. If you go through the warp and then something drops from the Rappies, just type O. I'll know what that means. That way you don't have to be like, oh no, I lost value, blah, blah, blah. In case it helps. And sometimes you get, luck materials and stuff like that. Worth going back for. I think when I was communicating with chat on the off-stream once, I think it was LOLing every PD another day. Yeah. I just mean specifically when you're waiting for that move transition, because you can't go backwards from where you're at, to my knowledge. We have to throw something down for you. Sir Raygun? Nice. Uh-oh. See that I'm up by like 15 damage. Okay. So I think with my roll I'm out of health. I could switch over to using a other thing. Like a Heavenly Mind for more damage. Which weirdly as that sounds, that actually is an important damage threshold for me. If I could kill with one less Refoe, that's a time save in the run. Not to mention more general TP, etc. Blah blah blah. I'd like to be able to unequip these heavenly HPs. I wish there was a different special, or else that would be useful, but you can see because we have a pattern 333 interior crater, we are getting a decent number of 50 hits. So I'm glad we're seeing that side of things, it's just unfortunately the special is not what we need. Where if that had been Hell, or Z's, would have been like an easy pickup for new players. Technically, you could use that for XP game, but I feel like they nerfed XP game really, really hard in Ephinea, to the point where I just don't see the point in using it. Like, I guess if you're playing a Hunter in a 3-force party, you might as well as XP steal, but other than that, you get a lot of value there. Start with stop walking away from the card. There we go. Now we can multi-hit the card, which saves time. I say it's like a knockdown. Over here so I don't die. It'd be my preference to not explode. Since I get knocked down by everything anyway, I don't think HP matters here. I know I can survive the door punch charge. I'll probably back after this just to get a little more damage. It doesn't help him. Oh, there's another proton drop. Given we're getting pretty disappointing MST per level. Like, honestly, 3 on a level up? Really? The 4? I didn't even think that happened. That's just wild to me, Chow. Imagine not even going up a single damage point on a level up on your first stat. Wild. Or higher hit items on the... But here's like the first point where specials are generally highest level, basically like ruins. Then on top of that, this is like the first area you can start seeing high hit items. So technically we're doing crazy gambles on these Rappies to hope that we get a weapon or something equivalent. Sadly this Rappie's in the way and I really need this power material. Caliber fire, no hit, disappointing. Rest of 15, I don't take that. Ooh, on 15, take that as well. Nice. that feeling when you go to use your shortcut for Tri-Fluid and forget it's not on this account. Oops. Gotta put that on our action menu. Be the best place to put it. Not needing to do that quick menu is the difference of potentially a spell's cast worth of time, which matters if you're trying to stun lock. Not drop the spell, stun lock. Oh, okay. So much Kafoi in this small area. What could they do? Cookie. That's the only other thing we're holding out on. I don't care who gets it, as long as someone gets it. Otherwise, we could be disappointed in very hard mode together. Like, how dare it not run the average every time we play it? Gotta hear Marissa's. Ooh, I got 4 MST that time, chat. Ooh, spoiling me. Still not a damage point per level. Thanks, FOmar. At least I'm almost at 1100 MST, so post-item change it should be at 1145. So I'll be where the Faux Newman was, probably 20 levels ago. Classic FOmar problems. Yeah, with this extra HP, I feel pretty safe getting rid of heavily. Okay. Party gradually getting a little stronger over time. Yeah, MST is surprisingly useful for damage threshold. It's just that the threshold distance between it being useful is big. Like, each individual enemy might need like 200 or 300 MST to see a break point, but they all have different break points. So it's like, if you go up 50 MST, it might not matter for anything but one enemy type. But that enemy type being one less is still important to the run. That makes sense. Sometimes one extra damage per attack doesn't really mean anything. Because it gets really hard to go from a cutoff of something like 5 cast, 4 cast isn't too bad, but 3 to 2 is a lot more difficult. Since you're basically only gaining 2 damage max from 2 casts on 5 MST instead of like 3. Yeah, hopefully with the more levels we have here, we'll speed it up. Gonna go back, sell some items. God really wanted me, chat. Sadly, this character won't get some PDs at the end of the run to kind of make up for it, but we'll chip away at the first places, hopefully, on this character. We can get a little closer to getting a photon drop just for handing in tickets, which is also a pretty wild raid. There's another photon drop. We're seeing some assorted value. Just no big ticket items yet. Yeah. hoping the team gets something from Vernabulinka, for example. If not a big deal. Okay. Sell some item. Come back, put it on the heavenly line. Just want to make sure we're always going money positive on a fresh account. There we go. See that? Another 11,000. Nice. Both on drop. Okay, let's get a little stronger. My heavenly HP. Hello, heavenly mind. Still beat. 39 is not bad at all. I'll grab some armors on the way out too. Why not? Future value channel. And in the quest. No cookie, but overall, party went up like 6 or 7 PDs. Not too bad. Almost an ultimate. What? I'm not thinking that. Right, chat? I don't think so. Ultimate. Alright. There we go. Tekkium's in. Yeah, I'm hoping this extra MST pushes my damage past the important threshold. Since I'm off by 15, it might. I might sadly need that extra 1 MST to get the damage. So close. Last one for all. Thank you for joining us all. Hopefully you got some nice value today. And I passed the cookie. So if somebody wants to hop in after this, we're good for another about an hour, so that's about 4 runs in case that we're running. Well, 3 runs, because we still gotta do. So if somebody wants to join in on some very hard mode value. Emu's hopping in. Okay, we haven't played with Emu yet, so you have some time. We gotta do this run first. And in like, say 15 minutes, we'll be ready. But as I said before, I'm hoping this other Heavenly Mind is gonna push us past thresholds. So if I can cast 1 less Refoe, it might trim like 20-30 seconds off the run. As my Refoe damage is a bit lacking. Like, Refoe damage is actually fine. Radius, no specials though. Still not quite enough, sadly. It's not bad paired with other players. Better. Also, I forgot to skip this all forward. Like it's going pretty fast. We are on block 2, Lobby Flow. Okay. But we're gonna be a little bit. That was a nice hell shot, I like that. See how I'm shy by 69 damage? Not quite nice. That's how you know I need more MST. Oh, see, they live with 30. So you know, like, if I go up another 60 MST, a good spot. I'll back down. great call. It's like, I was like, I feel like an item is gonna drop there. Let me put this down. Apparently it was for me, though. I felt in my heart on that one, chat. It's literally the only time I've done the Ryuker where I'm like, nah, we've walked too many times away from that to not get value. Thank you, Parameter. It's too many times, chat. I didn't believe. I didn't believe that would not give value. Oh no. Grab some power material. Somebody hit 200. I feel like next time I'm getting really close to 200. I'm just gonna name a character like please play please very hard blue or some combination. We're gonna promote doing MA4C very hard mode. I rename it to that for simplicity. Like blue very hard MA4C. Yeah, we're all low 90s for the most part now, so that's good. So for it very, very hard, maybe. There you go, I grants them. That's how you know I was done with them. Yeah, we need forecast there, which is not good. I would say like the goal. Oh, another Del Rapi. I think it'll spawn over here. Oh, it didn't spawn over there. Ooh! Oh, why? Thank you. Thank you, Del Rapi. Love to see it. I was gonna say, I think that was actually, unironically, my 16th one. I saw a lot of Del Rapis. I'm just saying, like, that one I feel like I had to earn that. Cause I saw like how many on stream? 12 on stream? I'm glad we got one. Nice! And the select cloak. Oh! Oh my gosh. The value, chat. It just all hits at once. It's like, a very hard mode is like, oh, you know what? We can turn up the value a little more. Just a little more. Just like, there you go. Cookie now? Maybe. Hopefully. It's definitely overdue. But that's fine. We could forgive it with the ignition cloak. It's delayed. Ouch. Still in the oven? Yeah, I think so. Let me advance the song. I do like this song, I just don't think it's another 10-minute song. Photon drops, nice. Love to see it. Just throwing myself an excerpt yesterday. Oh, trying to get cookies, or just going for Red Ring or something? Oh, okay. Yeah, very hard mode is, I think, the new tree. I do like Exerd. I actually like that quest a lot, but it's not very hard mode, buddy. As much as I want it to be. It's so good. Very hard mode is so good. Honestly, even for people with like, well, actually, especially for people with ES weapons. But honestly, there's like it almost feels like new to me because we're just optimizing it in small ways every time we play. So for me, I'm still kind of feeling out the very hard mode changes and nuances. There we go. I got more MST. Maybe this will matter. Oh, rip. I think Tekkium's in the hallway. Deal with this. But honestly, I think every time we get to the end of like one of these very— oh no, I got crit. Oh, that sucks. That's why I don't like coming over here, because I don't kill in one fireball. Unfortunate. Too low level. I didn't even think of always stack kill. Yeah, in terms of just raw value, I just feel like very hard mode is completely uncontested, shy of you literally getting an Uber or like 50 hit plus frozen shooter or something. Although, to be fair, I think Ultimate Forest is pretty solid on purple. It's the only one that almost follows the blue ID formula here. Trying to get a clip of both of what? Oh, the cloaks. Cease Forest. Forest is okay. I think people hate on it too much. I feel like the complaint against Forest is very misplaced. I think it should just be buff temple, buff spaceship. And then anytime that it's not an event, you don't need to see a lot of Forest, so you can blame the events for not balancing that correctly. Which I think they're trying to do next anniversary. Yeah. I don't see it as a bad thing that Forest is easy to run and people can run it. It's just that the problem is like as the difficulty scales, the drops don't in most areas, or not most, in some areas. So there's some pretty whack like Forest ID runs. It's just that the ones that do have value are crazy. Like nobody's exactly clamoring to play RN Forest, for example. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not looking to inventory management simulator. Let alone converting them into points and transferring over. I'm like, do you know how many characters I play? I just, like, to the staff, we're rhetorical. I don't need chat to count them. But I'm like, man, I don't even stick to the same character in an hour. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, the only time I'm less ADD with the character is when I'm doing, like, very hard mode runs, because I'm just specifically leveling them. But having to move that across, like, potentially now, legitimately over 100 characters does not sound like something I really want to do. But as I've said on stream before, if they don't bother adding new quests to play on Easter, fully expect me to only play very hard mode during things like Valentine's and other things, until they actually decide to stop giving Christmas, like, the 9th million jillion new quest. Because I think there are reasons to leave very hard. It's just that just raw bonuses are not good enough. Because I'm like, you're just making very hard better. It has to be something like Christmas presents, where they're literally lower quality and lower difficulties. Whereas, like, if it's just Easter eggs or cookies, I'm like, okay. Like, ah, yes. The 1 in 3,000 cookie check when you can make that many checks, well, many times over in an hour. Yeah, I didn't really play the other servers very much. Oh, hey, PD. I was about to comment that I felt like I needed another PD as well, but never mind. Very hard mode read my mind. I didn't even get to articulate it. As I said before, roughly every half hour or so is the normal rate of PDs from observation doing this kind of quest. So about every 2 runs we should see a PD, but we should see a lot in between with drop rate, like photon crystals, Gaias, actually Heaven Arms, and then Striker Codes. So for me, I don't think Christmas is actually a big issue. I think it's one of the only ones I don't have like a major complaint about. I'm just annoyed that all the bonus quests are going there and not going to other events. Like, they already have the Fiascos. They have Omnispawn. I don't really want to see another group of quests for Christmas unless they're adding to the others. Easter can get kind of boring because it's just like, oh, just run high enemy density quests, but there's nothing new to really experience for Easter. Unfortunately, with the way the cookies are run, I'm actually not all that interested in running some of the cookies at the moment. I'd rather just collect them. Thank you for playing with us all. I'll do a quick sale of items. Hand in the quest. I think it's faster for me to go this way than to walk to the other area. To do this. For this. Teleport. 25-ish PDs of value in an hour. Yeah, mine went up a lot due to Ignition Cloak. Even if there's like a lull in it, all it takes is just one item and you're just back in business. As opposed to like when you're doing ultimate and your V101 chance is pretty abysmal, or something that would be the same value as like a select cloak. Anyway, Nimu, we are just booting up another game, so you're welcome to join in. Oh, actually, what ID are you? White ID. Oh, do you mind hopping out briefly? I want to make sure Tekkium in a second. We're doing a red ID swap thing. You could come in right after Tekkium. There we go. Yeah, just leave game, rejoin, you should be good. Yeah, there you go. So for clarity, since Tekkium is red ID, if we see Dorfana Claire, I'll leave game, team will kill Dorfana Claire, and hopefully you'll get the heart of item. So we're attempting to squeeze a little more value out of a already juicy quest, but so far no Dorfana Claires, but it's fine. I also haven't seen any Marissas either. So I don't know, maybe we spooked them, chat. We went booga booga booga, they're all gone. But thank you for joining us all, hope you had a good time. Let us know what items you ended up getting in the roughly hour and 15 minutes you played. Give some averages versus some of the giant spikes in value we see here. Yeah. Oh, did we get an A before? That's fair, I guess. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we did swap then. Forgot. Asuka. No, it's not the rare I want to see. Get out of here. Enemies. Ooh, there we go. Photon Crystal. There's my value. Going. So good. See, now we're back on track. Now if I don't receive anything the rest of the run, I'm good. In here is just bonus at this point. It's essentially you're just looking for a Photon Crystal or a PD every time we do a run. Now granted, it takes a little longer than normal since we're not playing level 180 Monster Gods with Psycho Wands. Hey chat, remember how we talked about Psycho Wand? The Halloween cookies? With all that. There we go, it's just delayed a little. Go get our average cookie now. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, the decoy item blocking the cookie got me on that one game. Okay. It was like slightly slower than average, but you know how it goes. I don't think episode 4 cares about averages sometimes. It's like, yeah, you're still good. What's up, bro? Nice. Letting Tekkium hellshot all those things down. Look how convenient that is. I come in, the wave's already done. It's a good feeling. Look at that Refo damage. It's the other way. F1 enemies. Yeah, so those Babutas are the normal ultimate chance of getting a photon crystal, but then there's an enemy with basically 2.5 times more likely chance to give it to you. Ooh. Yeah, be careful. No, don't spook, please don't spook those. Yeah, please don't spook those. Those are Halloween cookie cancer. Let Tekkium hell shot those. There we go. Those. Yeah, normally I wouldn't care, but with Halloween we don't get the cookie check if they get spooked. Let's pull those. Put out one Gifoli? Yeah, that'll go. Our second Super Koi for Gorfon. Nice. Traded blows, that's fine. As long as it dies, that's all that matters. There we go, chat. I'm getting more damage. More damage on Gifoli, let's go. Try to lure them closer. That was such a good dodge. You like that, chat? I'm just navigating all these fists. Out of here. I'm gonna disagree with that. My Gifoli was definitely out. I disagree. I got cheated. Move slightly further away, so maybe it's a min-distance thing. They do it from here, should be safe. Most of these should just explode at this point. So we're looking at not even 5-minute clear for surface. That's excellent times. Tekkium there. Not that he probably uses all that much ATP in the run due to demons and VHalue laser being OP. I don't blame him. I mean, I was showcasing a run where I don't think I used ATP attacks at all. All I did was VHalue laser and demon. It went pretty fast. Yeah. Not worth it until you're like really high level. Like, Brand's is like not even an option this low level, the combo kill. Thank you all, appreciate the runs. Second Congeal Cloak, 7 power materials, 3 mine, 3 HP, 1 luck, 2 PDs, and Willow Rock. Nice. PDs in an hour is okay, but the others are a nice little consolation. That's one less Ignition Cloak that I need. That's why I'm in no rush to purchase any Ignition Cloaks. Let Tekkium go south. Yeah, there's like a really finicky point. It's like, if you're standing at the point where it spawns, it doesn't do it sometimes. You gotta walk in and out. It's so annoying. It is on this, hopefully they die. So yeah, I definitely recommend, we'll see if we can get new players in on the runs. Like, obviously I don't think they can, you know, solo carry. But it doesn't take like a lot of characters to quote-unquote carry a run. So if we end up getting people in like the Ephinea Discord and they're like looking for leveling, nice photon drop. And when they're looking for leveling, I really want to start pushing this like as an agenda. You could call it an agenda because it definitely is. I want to make sure that they get the photon drops per hour that they should get so that they can afford trading items or they can save up for self-bound stuff. One of the above. So in the span of going from like 40 to 80, they should probably, especially during drop rate week, get a minimum of 6 PDs, assuming they get literally 0 other drops, which is a pretty big head start. That basically pays for their mag. Race PSO blue full burst, yeah. No, I got stuck targeting, that sucks. Let alone, like, if a brand new player gets their first Heavenly Arms here, gets a Heaven Striker code, help them with creating their own mag, or a Wrap EV so they can finish their own mag. A lot of even the self-bound players will end up getting what they need here without technically getting any hand-me-downs or handouts. So I just feel like this is just a bigger appeal. I mean, the only thing you're really missing in Episode 1, I guess, is Vice Chance, betting on your ID. It's like, honestly not the end of the world, given you can also still get better hit chance here. Since more of the quest overall is a deep mines level, if not stronger, level of drops. Plus it's more likely to roll with specials, which is interesting. And we are just decimating these enemies. Yelling 15. We're Demon Bird. Demon Bird, I should say, not Demon. Stacks here. We're looking to have a pretty solid clear time here. So we still have, we're barely at the 10-minute mark and we are already done with this route. 50 seconds until it's 10 minutes. We're already going to be going through the other side. I think thanks to the Heavenly Mind, I really haven't been needing as many fills on Super either. And I'm also leveling up slower, so I know there's definitely a power that matters here. 25 seconds and it'll be 10 minutes in. Not too bad. We'll leave Tekkium to kill most of the roundies here. I'm just gonna do a Kufoi preemptively. And when they go to run, we'll just tag them. Focus on the front line. Yeah, look how smooth that felt. We don't have to worry about grouping them. Tekkium will clean up. We'll kill the front. All over. See, at the pace that we're going, I can do 4 runs from here. Good. A very good time. It's Halloween time. Yeah, there we go. Oh, these enemies are just getting shredded. So I do feel bad for the people that are running Ultimate for hours on end and just not seeing cookies or getting value. Gotta teach them to go back to very hard mode. A run that just gets easier and faster the better you are geared. You can bring people in that are low level so that they can get to Ultimate later during different events. The fact that you actually want to play this on not XP week is funny to me. Yeah, we're barely the 11-minute mark. Ooh, Heaven Striker code. There we go. A little bit of value. I'm gonna leave a chat on that one. I was like, do I really want to try blue for one enemy? Dude, nice. We'll confirm our cookies. So as long as we don't die, we end up with like a hilarious number of tickets. We're already sitting on 220. So sadly, as I said before, this character's fresh, so they're not going to get PDs. You have to think of it this way. If you make this like your long-term grind, even if you somehow, which I have yet to see in playing hundreds of hours of very hard mode, but somehow in the standpoint, you still don't average 2 PDs or more an hour. Or I should say 2 PDs and or Photon Crystal combination in an hour. Then you just do 5 minutes of gamble, and you get your PD. So unfair. Well, I'll sell these. No hesitation, I'll sell those. Okay, we got a 1-slot ignition cloak. Hey, I'm only 10 levels away from wearing one. That'll be fun. The fire damage boost actually kind of matters. So come to us, Nemu. We're all good. Alt says, well, never mind. What happened? TiggySRK got merchant education system. Yeah, I was gonna say very hard enjoyer / ChipsWithTheClips. You are the prime level for using one. Like 4 or 5 times the return to self, it's gonna. Yeah, we're gonna crash the. Yeah, we really are. But the difference is, like I promise you, chat. Most of mine, if any of mine, are probably not gonna go to the market. It's probably no joke. I'm going to make like 20 Heaven Striker units. So I'm good. I won't crash the price. I can't promise the people playing with me won't crash the price. So when I talk to HellCleave or other mag merchants, I'll be like, here's 20 Heaven Striker codes. Let me know how much you need. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Photon drop for Nemu. That's what I want to see. Let's see more Nemu drops. Oh, I'm gonna get another HP material though. And we are on fire with materials. The fact that you could play for like 6 to 8 hours and full gear a character more or less is kind of funny to me. Because we're averaging, what, about 10 materials an hour of something important? Wild. Power material getting way more, of course. HellCleave keeper of the codes. He's gonna end up with a lot of them. So, if he wants to do the mag business thing, he is going to be in business for me for a while. Because keep in mind, chat, I have 60 or 96 characters that need mags. I will very gradually commission stuff there, so I swap less and less. Nice hell shot, that took a lot of time. Ooh, level up, there we go, that's important. Yes. For damage. Oh, he's just so strong here. Bowie down so we can all walk away. Definitely no items there. So yeah, I mean, like, as I said before, I was trying to get a more accurate gauge for people that are still doing very hard TTF, like how many PDs either you see or have seen other people get, or from your experience have received. But I can almost guarantee it is not anywhere on this level of value. So I would like to be able to get new players in on the value. Because them being able to afford their first material stack or fix their mags, they don't like leveling mags or whatever. It's kind of huge. Like, that alone is almost enough to get them in the door to play Ultimate, so they could be more self-sufficient. Or if nothing else, then they get a mag. Like, let's say they're a brand new force. They do their trades, you might give them some complementary techniques, and then suddenly you have somebody with a mind mag that's quote-unquote good enough to just do more runs with you. Right at level 80. Which to me is very funny. Put out a couple of Bowies here to hit the path needs. Okay. Need more Heaven Striker codes, let me know. Maybe. I'm not in a rush for them. I think I'm sitting on 20 as of now. We have a hilarious number. My blue Newman had to put away at least 12 on a different character, and I have no idea how much he has now. I know we already picked up a couple on this character, despite this character and account existing for less than 30 hours. Yeah. But that's what I mean, like, because then you could be like, you could either try to trade it for value, get cheap Heaven Striker units, whatever you want to do. But either way, they could be useful. But yes, chat, I will try very hard not to crash the market, I'm sorry. We might inevitably lower it if enough people play very hard mode. But I do want to kind of normalize playing very hard mode for them in episode 4. Yeah, like the most thing they have to do is, you know, tell them to stay back on the door fawns. We already saw from testing that they can literally, if we go to the area map, they can literally be all the way back at where that yellow dot is on the mini-map and still get XP. The range of the XP share is insane. The fact that it's like 2 mini-maps away and it still works is very funny to me. Though it is much larger than I think most players realize. And we were kind of testing the limits of it earlier in the week. That's okay. This room, it's hard to do unless we're literally 4 forces in 4 corners. We'll take what we could get there. Yeah, getting Ignition Clove will be big, because chat is seeing like I'm missing some of the combo kills by legitimately like 15, 30 damage, which, you know, 10% of even part of my technique damage is enough to go up. Up to 15, I guess I'll grab by Guardian Shield. Like, my Gavoe damage is actually respectable, but another 10% would not hurt. That would also free up my regular frame. You know what the silly part is, chat? This character already has an Ignition Cloak set aside, but I think we've just found a better one while playing. That's this character, try to get him the Ignition Cloak level. Can you imagine if that is the ratio by the time it takes for you to go from 40 to 99? Or, yeah, from 40 to 99 on very hard mode, to end up with the Ignition Cloak. That's how it worked out. Yeah. I'm just picturing like a new player, you know, getting their first Photon Crystal and doing like normal mode. You know, they're playing like funeral because they don't know better. They finally get to enjoy a good weapon like Last Swan or something. Hashtag please stop telling new players to play funeral. There's my service announcement. She's a really great second character. She is a terrible first character. You kind of need a character with accuracy and or damage, and she doesn't really have either, so... Her accuracy is so terrible, she's legitimately FOmar. She's FOmar with slightly better ATP. It's like, you wouldn't ATP with FOmar as your level, so please don't do that with funeral. The character needs so many band-aids, rip. To 94, nice. Yeah, like honestly, they can just do that. 150 MST grants moment. Well, you have to think it's even worse for Funeral because like now you have to raise an attack mag, but she requires a dex mag to function. But then she's also somehow going to juggle enough MST to learn Shifta so she can catch up to HuCast and Humar, who have better stack row. It is just a lose-lose. I don't know what to tell you. That character is a mess of stats. I wish she was better. I wish I could tell you that the Jack of all trades is fun to use at low levels, but I would be lying to you. She was probably the most painful character to level. Other than maybe Rocket Seal without items. It's kind of painful. But definitely that early journey of Funeral was, so if you go real slow through level up, it's not too bad, but a lot of people are doing, like, boss rushes and stuff to level. The character legit can't do anything. So that's why I still think for, like, a jack-of-all-trade character, I still think Romaro might be the best start recommendation for new players. I don't think I've seen a convincing argument why it wouldn't be. There's nothing wrong with HuNorul, she's just not a good first character. She's a character that's really fun to play when you have, like, triple Heavenly Arms and a Mind Mag already set aside. Then she's fun. But until then, it's like, ooh. That accuracy, though. That feeling when you have, like, 60% on all of your combos and you do less damage than every other hunter and you have no traps. It's kind of a big oof for me for leveling. To be real with you. It's kind of a deal breaker. Yeah, she's a character that, like, I kind of view her kind of akin to, like, a FOmar, where you have a jack-of-all-trades character, but they're only going to be good at, like, extremely high levels, and they're, like, really picky with gear. So I kind of view FOmar and HuNorul in a very similar way, where, like, I could play ATP with this character if I wanted to. So, like, nothing would stop me from picking FOmar as the second character, giving him an attack mag, and then letting him Vulcan everything down with a high-level Shifta, for example. Like, it can work, it's just I wouldn't want to do that as the first character I made. It'd be kind of rough. Although, to be fair, at least FOmar has good bonuses on Gofoi, so you don't need to be a hybrid where HuNorul does, since her damage doesn't scale well enough without Shifta. It's unfortunate. Guys are getting cooked. Pretty fast clear. 11 minutes almost on the dot. I'm gonna go put away some items. I guess I can put the other ignition cloak in here. Keep our stuff in the character bag so we can see what kind of goodies we got. That way we could be surprised at the end. Right, chat? Because we haven't looked at it recently, so chat can try to guess if they've been keeping track also, just how many photon drops and stuff we've gotten in 2 hours. So I'm good for one more run, and then I'm going to do the 5-minute gambles, as it were. Well, actually, if we clear another 11 minutes, maybe I could do 2 runs. As long as I'm in the gambles before 425, I think that's fine. Yeah, because that'll put me at like 423. Yeah, that's fine. So if we keep it to another 11 minutes, I can do one more run after this one. There we go. Yeah. Like, she has, like, items that kind of opt in, too. So, like, Blue Adoshi Violet Nimidao fixes a lot of her problems as you level. And then Red Ring kind of cements it. But the fact that she gets less accuracy than Humar is criminal. They did her dirty. She should have been, like, 210. I don't know why a human has more accuracy than her, when that's not true for the forces. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't get their reasoning with that character. Yeah, they did FOmar and HuNorul dirty in stats, and even Rockasiel's kind of a really oddball character. I don't know why we're in piano music. On the mood for classic music right now. I don't mind piano in songs, I just don't want it to be... That's it. Move on from New Serena's thing. There we go. That's more what I want to hear as we play. The song is called Hurry Up, I guess that's appropriate. Ignition Cloak is a nice little bump for MST. So I think think that'll mean Chips with the Clips will have some very hilarious solo clears. Yeah, Chips, make sure to say in the Discord, when you finally try Ignition Cloak with your character, how much easier or harder it was compared to just even a couple days ago to get combo kills. These enemies wasting time. Roll. It should feel really good. That means like your Ripoe does more damage, so when you're doing like a Ripoe into Zon stacks, that little bit of damage does mean that you don't have to go back and do another like 2 Ripoes on a Babuda to kill them. Because I was having that trouble a lot while trying to use limiters without getting super high MST. So I remember the struggle trying to get that MST to match. Wouldn't be too bad now. Forgetting to take it out, it's fine. Yeah, you'll notice the impact in single player in particular. Multiplayer, the numbers of MST are a bit more spread out due to HP differences. Oh, a pipe, I don't need to do. That's excellent. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Look at that, chat. I used my shortcut and everything. Him cheering. And Jill Cloak, nice. As I said before, I actually find that pretty useful as phone to roll. I feel people hate on Ice Tech, which to be fair, it is pretty mediocre in multiplayer, outside of Robarda for support. But in single player, I mean, that leads to like photo roll, combo killing, Zeus faster, Chaos Bringers, depending on your setup. So if you're looking to open up funds, or, funny enough, when I have the photo roll runs for the tower resets, all I wear is Congeal Cloak and Mace of Adamant. So I also wear it there over Ignition Cloaks. Nice. Or Photon Drops over. So I want to see if everybody gets value when they play today. So the goal is every half hour or so, you should be up a PD minimum. Because we're turning through the enemies so quick, we get a lot of other good chances too. For enemies. Ooh, that dodge of the laser though. That was so smooth. Out of here. Oh, how'd you get high? Alright, we need stack more going. Man, we really didn't see that other door on a Claire? Whatever. Well, if we do well here, we can do one more. As long as this is not a 15-minute run, I think I'm open to it. I think even a 13-minute run would still be fine. We're coming in here sub 5 minutes. Great times. That means we cleared the surface in 4 minutes 45 or something. Yeah, for the good luck 12 round. You have to think of it this way, chat. If you were just doing crater interior resets, even if you factor in remaking a game and people rejoining, that's still 220 enemies every 5 minutes. Or at least with the current group, that's what the rate would be. Because you wouldn't walk to the warp, and you wouldn't walk to this room. So it saves quite a bit of time. So if you're just purely looking for select cloaks and more value per minute, you don't feel like dealing with tickets, or you're playing with people that can't survive underground. I love that you could choose. Choose your own adventure and how you get value in the quest. Yeah, I just don't see a need to grind out for Ignition Cloak specifically. It's just called play more of this quest. Oh, go further down, Tekkium. Keep going. Yeah, there you go. It's like I can almost visualize the strip that it's on, but it's not as big as you think it would be. There we go. That Plus that, my grant's damage is insane. Even if we don't get like a clean team in there, pretty much guaranteed. So. Although I have to say, the only thing disappointing in very hard mode so far, I haven't seen any good box drops. As a reminder, chat, there is a chance of getting photon crystals and photon drops from those boxes. There are 6, I believe, total, 3 on each side. Just like not the greatest of odds, but I would have figured at some point someone should have seen it. The most I've seen so far on this character has been, I think, a power material and a luck material, which are like not bad, but you know, we kind of want to see the box rare at some point. But unfortunately, I think it's 1 in 1,500 or something like that. It's a pretty bad drop rate, unfortunately. The only downside of very hard mode, their box rares are kind of suspect. Oh, did you just give me Magnet's ability? Absolute buffoon. Right, chat? Now I'm even more unstoppable. You just made me even more difficult to deal with. I guess the whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger is appropriate here. Nice people, lasers. And Refoe's so good here. Put out one Refoe preemptively, that way it chips out the back row. There we go. Should've done something else there. Deserve to get punished if I die here. Take some armor since I need to go back and get a rifle. Oh, we're looking super sharp. We're at the 9-minute mark. We're already into the tunnel room. That is a sign of our time. Sadly probably didn't roll with it. I hope it rolls with it at some point for chat. Close. Angry Fist. It jumped up for 2 points, I guess. Don't mind me. I need to do early stun lock, but I did get a stun lock. Nice level up timing, so I need to back a little bit. Yeah, like that Goron detonator, live with 4. Need more MSC. That's all that means. With 30 seconds until the 10-minute mark, we are already backtracking in this room. That's a great sign. It looks like with the pace that we're going, chat, I could do one more. Oh no, it's Marissa. Yeah, here, I gotta have Sky ID for you. Don't want your Makupa. You know what? Can you imagine if they made Magua part of a forge item? Can you imagine? Be like, oh my gosh, Blue ID, just never stop winning. Finally, the buff that Blue ID needed. Better Magua. So I think to some extent the forge ingredients and Magua Divine Style. I do think the forge did dwarf very hard mode value pretty heavily. I don't know if that was their intention, but it's definitely what happened. Oh, I want that HP material. Oh, knockdown. Okay. King's Ray gun. Wow, that was sub 11-minute clear. Top team. Team really wanted to do another run. I know how it is. Some of these. Kind of the nice thing of the run. You just kind of take a little break every now and then. You put the warp at the end. People can sell. Still making money despite buying all the tri-flu. Good feeling, chat. Way good for 100,000. That'll pump the account. Grab that to sell for later. Team item this. Lots of armors to sell for later. Excellent. That'll leave me at 253 tickets. That's wild. PPD run, not bad. Yeah, there we go. We're hoping this next run will give you a big ticket item, or at least multiple photon crystals, one of the above. Okay, so one last attempt for getting red ID or Funaclear. Don't get me wrong, we'll definitely do more red ID second for value, or also Sky ID. So whichever one we happen to get will be nice. Both of those are actually good at ultimate. Sky and red ID, I mean. That's nice to have value and once for multiple IDs. It's good to say there's like 3 primary IDs, 1 like very niche ID, and then like 2 really, really good secondaries. Or actually 3 really good secondaries. Technically blue is also in a basic secondary ID. So much damage. It's 4 enemies. Oh, rest ray gun, but no hit. Man, that would have been so good for the players. Such a shame, right, Chad? It actually rolled correctly for the most part. A shame. So we'll see. We're a little under the cookie average. We got our other cookie delayed. Hey, there we go. There's the extra value. Thought we could give you a little extra there. That's what we're talking about. But see what I mean? Like, in the event that you would be running this to level other players, it's just like, you're so likely to get these items. It's not like a, oh, they'll never receive a Heavenly Arms of 40 to 80. Like, as long as you're not doing XP week, the odds are super good at getting these items. Nice, and a photon drop. That's the value we want to see. That's the thank you for joining amount of value. What you want to see, chat? Guys are ultra dead. Even though we didn't do a full 2-hour run with Emu, at least we got some value up front. That's always the thing that makes me sad. If you only do an hour, then it's like, I mean, you should get some value. 2 hours, that's where I feel like the value really starts to kick in. I'm glad we got a little taste of that by doing an extra run. My gosh, there's so many power materials. I don't even know what to do with all these. I'm gonna try to keep a Kapoe stack on this wall of Rappies. Luck, chat. I think I both zero. That's cool. I say ChipsWithTheClips already 101. Look at that. Another Heavenly Arms? Oh my gosh. Wow. Apparently it was a good call to continue. Hey chat? That's what I'm talking about. Suddenly like the quiet 1 or 2 PD runs, just like, yeah, just get 2 Heavenly Arms in a run for the party, it's fine. Just get a Del Rappy chance, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, no ignition cloak. Rip. Sadly. Del Rappy was over here. That was curious. Look, we get a Dorfon Declare, we just do another Crater Interior run. But we won't complete this run. That happened. Nice. There we go. Some photon drops all around. That's what you want to see. Yeah, I might end up unironically using my Caduceus's for Mercurials. Because the thing is if you level new players, you end up getting a lot of Brave Hammers. After that, it's just kind of converting the somewhat junk items by Divine. You do a lot of pink ID to like actual Mercurials. It'll be fun. Oh, no Dorfon Declare. That's fine though. It's all just more select cloak chances. Fun. So that was a 4-minute and 32-second run. No, 38-second run. So that was our fastest clear, I think, so far. So FYI, chat, you're doing really good. The fact that we trimmed it from like 5:15 at the start, and we just have been running for an hour, and it got trimmed 40 seconds. Kind of wild. Look at, there we go. There's Nemu's value. We're gonna make Nemu the believer. See, just say one more run. That's all it was. Just one more run. Almost everybody got huge value there. I can't get mad at that. I already got my ignition cloak. I'm good. I basically got the equivalency of 8 hours of runs. What madness. Yeah, and the other big difference is I keep saying, it's just so much easier to get people to join this kind of run in terms of stat requirements. We just gotta teach Ephinea Discord. This is what they're missing out on. Tell them about Value City, chat. Tell them you saw it on a stream, you played, you got stupid PDs per hour. Make them, like, ask them the genuine questions. How many photon drops did you get in an hour? And then you're like, in very hard mode, I get anywhere between 2 and 12. Right, chat? Like, not an exaggeration. That has happened. So, if we high roll, it high rolls real good. Holy. Oh, there we go. Angry Fist. Well, that is machine percent, but not the most exciting machine percent. Yeah, I want to see an Angry Fist with like 90 machine or something. We're gonna keep that meme forever. We'll use it on FOmar and use it versus Vol Op or something just for chat. Overall, lots of value. I like that if you're playing as a force, you have your red ring ignition cloak drop essentially in very hard mode. Nice. There's the second. See that, chat? What did we talk about? It was just delayed. We're still doing 2 We're still doing 2 cookies an hour. It was just off by a run. Wow, this is so worth it. This run was the best. Like, very hard mode is like, yeah, you're right. We only gave you like 2 PDs an hour. We could do better. Why don't we just on the party average give everybody like 7 PDs? There you go. That's fair. I still like that in that run the other day where I got, what was it, 8 or 9 photon drops in a row. That somehow wasn't the person with the most value. It's how messed up very hard mode is. In like any other situation, if that had been ultimate, it would have been like, wow, You do it in very hard mode, you're like, oh, that's like half a select mode. So true though. Oh man. Oh, very hard mode. You're something else. We still have a couple more PD chances for the group here. Maybe one day we'll see Super Jaya in here. That's feeling hopeful. But in theory, we could get a Super Jaya while playing. I am hoping for us to see like a 70-hit weapon drop here. That'll be the personal goal. So 1 minute left. Heading to the next room. Good for the time. I should be able to do our little check for items. If I'm a couple minutes late to the other thing, it's not a big deal. It's not like it's not an appointment. I just want to meet around 5 o'clock with somebody. I'll just let them know I'm a couple minutes late. Could do this. Come on, Heaven Striker Coats to the road. Let's see. Those. Bowie, we're gonna move forward, we're gonna go to the team. Happy speed? Like a half a PD of value. I do need quite a few. Well, quite a few might be an overstatement. I do need at least 1 or 2 more. I don't like that this guy has singled me out. Leave me alone, Marissa. Come back and join the group, please. Thank you. Chat, I feel a little targeted and bullied. I'm like going back for items. There's like 2 enemies fighting me for some reason. I don't even think I was near them initially. Just turned around to go fight me. So we're at the almost 11-minute mark and we are on the final waves. Great clear time. Good lord. Even if I didn't get like straight PD value, chat is saving me a lot of time here. I think I have like a bajillion more text now. There we go. Wow, sub 11. Congratulations, chat. That was 10 minutes, 15 seconds. Pretty good time. Yeah, I would definitely be happy with that time. I'm just waiting on you. Thanks again. What's the point in the very hard mode, bro? Something like that. It is definitely Gambit time. I'm selling some items. But we'll do a final check of my value at the end. I'll just message them while I'm gambling that I'm probably going to need another 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah. I'm going to choose not to look at my inventory because I want to be surprised. Because I guarantee you, if I were to guess the number of PDs that are in that character bank, I am not going to be correct. I'm not even going to attempt it. That's how off I think I'm going to be. But anyway, for all the people that were doing some runs with us, if you want to do Gambit time with us, if you want to showcase what you got in Gambit time, we are about to go do that. It says 1 level, 4 PDs, 1 PC, an hour and a half within the span of an hour and a half. I think you got like an hour 15. Oh no, I just left. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Rip. So yeah, so about in an hour 15, you got 4 PDs, 1 PC, Heavenly Arms. It's pretty solid. I'm gonna hand in the quest. I had 253 out of 255 tickets max, and that's fine. It means I died once at some point and got ticket penalty. But I'm gonna go ahead and boot it up. Oh, I've seen that symbol before. I think Draken's in that guild. Realize you're in the same guild. Like, I recognize that icon. Alright, so we're gonna go to Gambit time. If chat wants to Gambit time with me, join in the next couple minutes. I'll sell these armor. So we're gonna exchange in all of our tickets, because we have a stupid number. So if you want to get your total for playing with us, exchange whatever you have and just check it in. Ideally, you're going to be getting at least a PD's worth of value if you've done it before. Otherwise, ideally, you'll get between 1 to 2 first places. So we'll start up a Twitch bet. Let's do a different bet. Since I can't get photon drops, let's do prediction. Start a prediction. How many millions of Meseta with 250 free tickets? We're gonna leave it open for 2 minutes. Just activated it. Okay. I'm at 253 tickets. You can try to figure out what my average will be. Also, I should probably put this Meseta away. I'm gonna create a warp. Ideally here, I'm gonna get at least 1 or 2 first places, just so I can start slowly getting the ability to get photon drops from this. I just got my warning that it was 4:30. That's fine. I'm aware at least. Sorry, chat, I gotta go put away my money. Oh, I actually had it in the correct bank the first time. It's so unfortunate that the warps are like so far away from everything. So now that we're here, Gambit time. We're gonna use that console repeatedly with all the tickets we've been acquiring for completing runs. Do us for the Church very hard, yeah, pretty much. So if you've played enough, you get the chance for photon drops. Oh, I'm attacking too quickly. My bad. I gotta slow my mash slightly. Yeah, you'll get a lot even from briefly playing. I already got 200,000. Nice. So if nothing else, this is great. Oh, first place! First place in the first 3? That's what you want to see. Yeah, Samurai Armor's out of the way, chat. That's a big milestone. 1 down. 3 more to go until I get value. Nice. That's what I want to see. Yeah, the second one gives you a Girasol, which is really great, honestly. If you were like a beginning player and you got that early Girasol from just leveling this way, it's actually insane. Oh, is that another second place? Oh, 3rd place, but I got HP material. I can't complain about that. HP, luck, TP, all those are really great prizes for 3rd place. I just don't want to see 5th place. Yeah, 5th place sucks. 4th place is also mixed. You get evade material. I'm like, yeah, I think I prefer the grinder over it. So we're just gonna churn through some tickets here. Evade material's the worst. Well, needless to say, even if I don't pick it up, the game is gonna give it to me. Other second place. Nice. Okay, I'm at 400,000 Meseta on a fresh account, basically. So that basically just funded all my tri-fluids. Oh, is that another one? Okay. I'm not gonna say no. Listen. Okay, we're at 600,000. Crazy, right, chat? Imagine starting the game. I just gave myself 10K. And walk away with nearly $1 million. Actually unfair. Line material, that's a good pickup. Good pickup from the Force account. So we have so many tickets to hand in. I'm gonna be here a while. Oh, I see Tekkium has voted 3. Interesting. Line material again. Not gonna say no to that. So again, even in like the 5 or 6 minutes I spend here, getting everything in, it usually pays for itself. I would say getting 600,000 Meseta is normally PD, I think. Three cookies and one MA4C run. Nice. See that? We're gonna make everybody a believer at very hard mode. Spread the prophecy and truth. Exposed it because it did happen. Yeah, I think we got 3 the other night as well. If I remember correctly. Not on one character, but I think collectively across the party we got 3. Actually, just unfair how good it can be. Yep, we're gonna make believers out of everybody. Nice, you got the Girasol. Nice. I love that item for beginner players. It's still even useful at high level because you can drain your health as you cast. Just getting a free Girasol is funny. Oh, another 200,000? Not gonna happen? Nice. Okay, I'm at 800,000. I'm almost at 1 million. Ooh, I should have done that. That's actually a mistake. I need to go hand in my money. Please don't be second place. Oh, am I gonna get max punished? Am I gonna lose a Meseta here? Oh, I didn't get punished. Okay. Only Samurai and 200k from that. That's not too bad. I mean, hopefully you at least got some materials. I've gone up an okay amount. But sadly, chat, I have to go deposit my value. So I'm afraid I'm gonna overcap. Don't mind me. Just casually 800,000 deposited into the share bank. Yeah, very hard mode is just bonkers. Put my warp back. And I'm gonna keep mashing. So it's looking close. I might be able to get 1 million. At the rate that we're getting second places, it might happen. Yeah, we'd like to come here whenever we're completely capped on tickets. It can't be worth your time. As I said before, getting over 1 million is absolutely worth it. So if I spend 5, 6, 7 minutes getting a PD and 1 million, I'm kind of okay with it. I just don't necessarily want to do this during an event all the time. Oh, we gotta get 200,000 again? Oh, I didn't. What a tease. You got a luck material though. That's still pretty good. At ult buy, there you go. More grinders. Which reminds me, Tekkium, if you did want to do some hunts, are you going to be around much later, out of curiosity? I think you expressed interest in cookie runs. Right now, I'm just happy with very hard mode. Honestly, I can do this all day. Cat knows it's true. There we go. My materials tapped out, no worries. I have so many more to hand in. More mine materials. How many is that? 4 or 5? 5, yeah. Mono grinders, don't care about those. Okay, hoping for another first place, but it's looking like it might not happen. Eventually another second place just then. Oh, another tease. What a tease. The believers of me not getting 1 million are getting there. Damn armor, Girasol, a bunch of mats, and 600,000 total. Ooh, that's good. See, that's like charge Meseta money for later as well. For some players, that's literally their first Girasol they ever receive before they decide to hunt it or buy it. Another third place. Samurai armor finally. Yeah, it could be annoying getting the first one. Another potential second place. What a tease. Another TP material. There we go. I'm dodging that next 200,000. I was gonna say, Tekkium might get his wish. I only have 9 more rolls to get money or first place. Grinders are disappointing. I don't really want to see those. We're up 3 luck material. It's kind of nice. More grinders, not worth. I was gonna say the music is very intense. It's so far teasing this million. It could still in theory give me to 2 mil, but it has to start doing it here. If this is not a second place, I believe anybody that gets 2 mil or above are out of luck. I would have to literally get in every single roll, including this one now. Oh man, 4 left. music intensifies. Come on, give me first place. Not being stingy. What a tease. We're even getting the grinders too, not even materials. That's a shame. Come on, game. Nope. 2 more. Tekkium's points at stake. Oh, is that a 2nd place or a 3rd place? Is it gonna be a tease? Oh, it's a tease! Last roll. Wow, so many baits. So many baits this stream with the 2nd place. Oh, non-believers win. I did not get a million this time. Last time we got a mil. The time before that we got 1.2, I think. 110k points and 113k points, the rich get richer. Oh no. Okay. Let's go deposit this, and let's go see what we got on just this character. You ready, chat? See what our reward was. Let's go open our inventory. Oh! Oh my god. Really? I picked up that many? Oh man. This feels like the wrong bank. I'm just double checking. Oh, that was the wrong bank. I was gonna say. Okay, so I might have deposited the photon drops in the wrong section. But still, I mean, like, when I did put it in the right section, this is still fantastic. What was that? Barely 2 hours? I'm up 7, 2 cookies, striker code. I put the materials in the wrong slot, unfortunately. But I think overall I still went up another... What was it? Another 12 mine materials, another 16 power materials. So if we take everything that we have here and recombine, let's see how much we just got today. Let's go change it and take a look again. Okay. Now let's all combine it. See what we got. And now take a look. Yeah, 29 HP, 38 power materials, 24 mind. Because prior to leveling this character, he did not collect anything. If I did find an item, it went to my blue phonumens. This is just all stuff that we found between this morning and this afternoon. I'm up 21 photon drops. 7 photon crystals and 6 cookies. Like, okay. Right? How long was the stream, chat? Was it 6 hours? It's going on 7, but we did cookie gambles. So I almost went up 1 cookie an hour. Chat helped a little bit with it, of course. I think they gave at least 2, if not 3. But still, it's kind of wild that in a party scenario. I mean, Ult got how many cookies with us? It's gonna throw my hands in the air. Got so much general value. So the fact that I'm already, like, halfway to getting my first ES weapon just by playing 8 hours, which is, you know, you could split it up 4 hours on 2 different weekends, basically. I think that's a really good rate. What do you think, chat? Got some TP materials, too. I got 38 power materials towards, like, a new character. So even fresh character accounts can probably just level enough from this to go do harder areas. But yeah, fantastic. And keep in mind, chat, that also doesn't include how much our RemoteBattery got. So remember, I switched characters during the run, so that's not everything today. It's everything this character has gotten today. Just remember that. The RemoteBattery still has all that value. So I think between all that, I might actually be pretty close to a 4th photon horde if I consolidate the wealth. Yeah, right? Because this wasn't just this character. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So it's safe to say I've gained closer to 30 PDs. I could try to do a brief lookup or log. No, I'll do a brief lookup again. Let me do character data. Other one. So the other character, on top of the 21 PDs reviewed earlier, gained 6 photon drops and another crystal and another cookie. So actually, for 7 hours of gameplay, chat, I actually got 7 cookies. Average average expected and attained, and I got 27 PDs in 7 hours. That's almost 4. Crazy. Plus 1 photon. Well, that's actually not true. I got 1 additional photon drop on the blue Phonuman. I remember that. On top of all those other items that sell. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. I'm not making it up. Go check the stream. Right, chat? Go check the stream. Very hard mode busted. So my advice to chat is I really recommend that even as I take this break to go do other things not related to games, I really recommend if you are not in the Discord, please join the Discord. !Discord for the invite if you are not already in our Discord server. Please continue to do runs with each other. I promise you, you don't need the craziest of gear. Simple stuff like a Fire Scepter Agni and a Mind Mag and some, not even mats, just some mine materials will hard carry a lot of runs in very hard mode. So having 2 or 3 players with that is fantastic. So I recommend team just see if anybody needs help doing some runs. I will check in again later in the evening. I'm not sure how late Tekkium will be around, but Tekkium, if you want to do cookie runs or something later tonight, let me know if you have an interest in that. I will check the Discord probably in about 2.5, 3 hours. So from that standpoint, if we want to switch over to cookie runs, or if we just want to get more straight value and just continue to farm very hard mode, I'm okay with it. But as long as I have some availability, if people say that they'll be here at like closer to, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, just let me know. And if I get enough response back from chat, expect to see another stream. But for now, I need to go away and do some things, do adult things as it were. You'll be self-studying and tinkering, that's fair. But for now, chat, I really, really gotta go. So from the standpoint of the stream, hopefully everybody here got a ton of value. We'll be here again in the evening. We got a lot of runs in. Hopefully we can continue to get more. I mean, obviously we have gained an insane number of cookies. I want to put it in perspective, chat. We were down to like 68 cookies at one point. I am pretty sure by the time we come back, we're going to be at 78 or 79. So we basically undid an entire stream's worth of cookie runs already, let alone, you know, people taking their own personal cookies. So thank you again for the people that chipped in to go towards the cookie pile. We'll try to get more runs in. I don't recall when the event ends. Does it end literally Tuesday? Don't recall what time they're going to take it down. Lasts until November 6th. Oh, it's going to last until Thursday. That's interesting. So I might even do a bonus stream Tuesday then? And Wednesday? I think that could work. Yeah. Well, yeah, if it shuts down at Thursday early, then I'm not sure I could promise one on Thursday, but we'll get at least a couple more bonus streams in before the end. But for now, chat, I really do gotta go. So thank you again for watching. Thank you again for doing runs. Please join the Discord. Please continue to have fun with the group. We're welcome to all team members from different teams coming together just to get that good cookie value. I recommend using the PSO LFG if you're looking to continue runs in the interim. But for now, thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a good day or a good night if I don't see you later today.